How you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Petty, and I appreciate you stopping by today. And we're here to talk about Tower of Fantasy. Now, I think we covered this when it was announced over the summer. I don't know if it got its own video. I think we kind of might have talked about it when we were talking about like Grand Blue, Blue Protocol. I don't know if those each got individual videos or if we kind of just did like, hey, here's some upcoming MMOs, mobile MMOs. So today we're here to talk about Tower of Fantasy, and this one actually has a fair amount of footage out right now that we can actually go through and use to kind of look at the game. I'm actually, real quick, while we're talking about things, going to just start up the teaser trailer that I want to say was released in October. Maybe. But this is, and when I say, like, you know, it's going to be an RPG MMO, some of you might be thinking of Genshin, because for whatever reason, everyone and their mother before Genshin launched thought that was going to be an MMO. Genshin was very much like a closed world game with co-op is, I think, the best way to describe it. It's a wonderful, beautiful game, but it is very different from being an MMO. So I don't think these games are going to directly compete with Genshin. I think they're more likely going to compete with each other because, again, Grand Blue and Blue Protocol are also supposed to be in this same kind of setting where it's an action RPG in an open world. So there will be other people running around that have no... Oops, someone punched something. That have nothing to do with your party, nothing to do with you. They're just out there running around. So... personally, it gets me pretty excited, and we're immediately going to talk about tempering that. So this is coming from Hada Studios, which is not a big company. It's not like, you know, Bandai and everything with Blue Protocol. That is a much larger company. These guys, I've seen a couple places kind of refer to them as an indie developer and everything. I tried to look up some more information on them to get an idea of what their history was like, and wasn't able to find much. I also saw that it looks like they're in Japan, but all the game is saying it's coming from China. I know the announcement was made at a convention in China, so I'm not sure if, you know, the developers live in China and it's getting published through a company in China, or what is happening about that. But there's been a lot of really big promises about this game, and this very beautiful teaser, you know, you could be pretty excited right now. There's some pretty cool stuff happening behind me, but you don't want to, you know, go full sail and completely let it sweep you away. You know what I mean? We want to see a lot more before we're like, oh my god, this is the game we've always been waiting for. Because I don't know about you guys, like, as much as I love, and I played MMOs, like the traditional ones on PC for over a decade, my WASD keys are literally worn away, and that has happened on many keyboards. So I love that genre, but something I've wanted for a very long time with it is for it to feel more engaging, to have more of an action game element and everything in it. So if that's what we're getting with this, a, you know, traditional MMO mixed more with an action RPG game, your boy's gonna be hyped. And but it's, you know, again, important to temper that and be like, okay, well, everyone has a super pretty teaser trailer, but what actually, like, you know, look at Cyberpunk 2077's teaser trailers and everything, and then look at the buggy mess that came out with the game. So, as always, remember that, you know, videos like this are essentially sales pitches. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the videos out from the beta and everything. In this one, before we get into it, I had to include on just a little bit of a petty level. Imagine that. So, like, in any MMO, there are collection quests, which have lacked any sort of innovation or interestingness for many a years. This gives me a little bit of hope that they might at least feel a little different or a little bit more substantial, like you're actively doing something instead of just, okay, picking that up, okay, picking that up, picking something up, and then walking it into a laser beam for whatever reason. Oh, okay, we're getting some grid code stuff. What is... Okay, that thing's definitely dying from this. Oh, poor little buddy. Is it still in my hands? I don't see it. I don't see it. Rough. Rough. But that's cool. I like to see a little bit of world interaction and everything happening there. So this one is 100% for my Dragon Raja people. And this is actually secretly why I'm so excited about this game. So this is some of what the actual combat looks like. So it's kind of fighting like a little mini boss at the moment. It just ran through some feeder units a minute ago. But if you notice the layout and everything, it's very reminiscent of Dragon Raja. Quick thing that I want to draw a little bit of attention to. See how we have a sword right here and then a bow right now? One of the things that this game is touting is that you're going to be able to basically have different equipment equipped and get different skills from those. And that kind of leads to an interesting hybrid kind of class. So this guy more or less looks like he plays a little bit like Child from Genshin, because he's got close-up quick attacks and everything, and then he has a bow that he pops out. All my Dragon Raja people, you remember the assassin class. We could either be ranged, blowing stuff up, or switch into our dagger form, get up close, do some stabby action. It's beautiful stuff. It's one of the things that I absolutely loved about the game. And one of the biggest complaints I had was that it's a beautiful system mechanically and very fun to play, but there's no world to enjoy that in. This looks like it fills that promise. This is basically what I wish Dragon Raja would have actually done with their game, and that's secretly why I'm a little excited. But I really want to see what other kind of weapons that they're going to have. They, kind of said that there's going to be some like hidden class kind of things depending on different weapon combinations. So it's super interesting. But at this point, it's more or less just kind of a promise, and not one that, outside of a little bit of footage like this, that we have a lot of information or knowledge on. So again, we're going to bring up tempering expectations. While I'm telling you what my hopes are, I'm also letting you know I don't believe my hopes are coming 100% true. I do like what I see. I like that, again, with the Dragon Raj reminiscence of fighting the, kind of bigger units, and they'll be like, oh, AoE's coming. Like, okay, let's run away. And we can actually see, if we look in the top left corner, that there's a little phone icon. So this is actually being recorded on from a phone. This is going to have a PC port, and I'm so excited about that. But it's very likely we're not seeing this until late 2021, and that's probably just going to be in China for a little bit. There's nothing official about there being a global release or an English version or anything like that. And there's only been one beta so far, and it was more kind of an alpha. So I'm expecting us to get a couple more rounds of beta testing of this throughout the year and be able to have a much better picture of what the final product on this game is going to look like. But again, that's, we might get that towards the end of first quarter of this year, most likely in second quarter. And then I definitely don't believe we'll get a release in third quarter. So this one's going to be a little ways away unless we get some like out of this world news on it. But I'm super excited for it, and it looks pretty interesting. So thought we would kind of showcase it a little bit, especially since now we have some more footage and everything to go through. And yeah, kind of just give you guys a little sneak peek of the game. So we'll see. But we're going to go ahead and, I know, call it super early on this one. There's just not a whole lot of other stuff to go through on it, honestly. So I don't want to bang this one over anybody's head. But other than, it's going to hurt me a little bit in watch time, because analytics is always angry at your boy. Quick shout out if you want to be my John Connors, help me defeat the evil machines. Things like comments and liking the video, huge help. And yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. You're gonna have to catch your boy in the next one, cause we're out of here. Deuces.